Well, hello everyone, I'm Buck, WSR Weezer. We're putting the do into do-it-yourself, and I welcome you back to another scintillating small engine repair video with Buck's Small Engine DIY on YouTube. And today we're looking at this Toro lawn tractor featuring nothing less than the Kohler Courage 20 single-cylinder dual cam engine. And the problem with this baby is I believe it's got a significant oil leak. The crankshaft seal at the bottom, I believe, is gone. You can see a lot of oil here. And when I was bringing this over to my property, oil was dripping out the bottom. Now that kind of a leak could be catastrophic because you could be mowing, you don't realize it, engine runs out of oil, locks up and dies, and you're dead in the water. But I think what happened is, this belonged to my neighbor. What happened is the oil was leaking out and made the drive belt slip on the crank pulley down there, and the tractor wouldn't move, so he immediately shut it down, which was very smart. So our engine is, I took this cover off. It's, it's not locked up. Unlike that previous one we worked on not long ago, you may have seen that series of videos we did on another Kohler Courage, resurrecting it after being locked up, sitting for 9 years. I think this one is actually going to be usable if we replace that seal. Now, I'm not entirely convinced. Well, I'm mostly convinced that that's what the problem is. I don't see what else it is, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull this deck out. It also is covered with oil, and then we're going to fire up the pressure washer sitting right there waiting for us. We're going to clean this guy off, then we'll pull this engine to get a better look at what's going on. So that's the plan, and it's time to get started. So here we go. Well, I'm quite certain that Fluffy has built a nest under our engine cover, so we probably should get rid of that before going any further. Yeah, he was here, wasn't he? Yeah. I knew Fluffy was in here because when we were pulling this out of the barn, a mouse scurried away. Of course, why not? Oh, and he's been chewing on some of these wires. You see that? My goodness. Which wire is this? This looks like our fuel solenoid wire, which looks like I've repaired it in the past from a previous critter. Oh, and it looks like I got the spark plug boot all taped up also. You know, I think we've had mice in here before, you know? It's always something. All right, let me try to get this cleaned up, and then we'll resume our washing. while we have the tractor up, let's take this crank pulley down. Maybe it'll come down. All right, not bad. All right, there we go. Big greasy mess under there. Let's see if we can break loose the 4 motor mount bolts. My gun's not doing it. And the other one's up in there, so we'll have to get creative with that. Let's see what we can do. Not even that hard. I don't know why my gun didn't do it. Alright, good. Actually, I see a slot here where I might be able to hook this guy up through there. I think I might get it. Yeah. I just got to take this one out the hole all the way while I have easy access to it. There we go. All right, that's good. So a couple more steps before we can pull this engine out of here is either we have to disconnect this starter and undo this harness. I think I'm just going to remove the starter, just 2 bolts here at the top, and then I don't have to bring it with us. I already have the battery disconnected. There's no battery in the tractor, so all right. So that comes down and he can just lay here. We'll have to undo this connector. Nothing to it. Over on this side, we need to undo the fuel line. I got a shut-off valve here. That's pretty convenient. And then we also have to remove the throttle cable, throttle/choke cable. That's it. Now if I remove those last 2 screws down the bottom, the rest of this should lift right out. Okay. All right. I think we're about ready here. Oh yeah. There we go. And it's up on a workbench. Take a board with a hole drilled into it and just straddle it up there between the 2 benches. So that makes a pretty good engine stand. All right. I'll see about fixing this thing. So there's a look at the bottom of our engine, and I'm feeling pretty sure that my off-the-cuff diagnosis of a bad seal here is going to be accurate. So let's see if we can clean this up and then get that seal out of there. It's going to take a few minutes to clean the whole bottom of this motor. What a mess. Alright, so I don't see anything. I don't see anything amiss, except it has to be this seal that is compromised. And it does seem kind of wet where the crankshaft meets the edge of that seal. I'm just spinning the engine. I pulled the spark plug so it would turn easily. But I don't see anything on the bottom of this engine that could be causing that kind of significant oil leak, other than this seal biting the dust. So let's go ahead and get it out, and we can order a new one. Alright, so my methodology here is I'm going to drill 2 holes in the bottom of the seal. I'm going to drive some screws in it, and then use those screws as a way of pulling out the seal. We'll see how it goes. Alright, a little oil coming out with it. I might just try one. Now, if this bothers you, I'm very sorry. It's just pretty much a junked engine we're trying to salvage. There we go. We'll drill that in just a bit. That's it. We got it. Pried it out with the hammer. See what we did there? Alright, we did it carefully. Don't think we heard anything inside there. Just had to find a way to grab the seal and pull it. So that's pretty good. Now I'll be able to go and order a replacement for this, and hopefully that will fix it for us. I don't know why it wore out. It's probably not possible to even know how or why, but okay. Let me go order that seal, and then I'll meet you back here when it's time to install it.